Okay, next example, we have a beam, or in this case, para siyang column, since tayo yung pagka-orient niya. So, we have a rigid body na parang column. So, we have a freestanding one. Okay? Ibig sabihin, wala siyang support on the other end of its length. No, wala siyang support at B. No? Wala siyang support at B. Pero may support siya sa A na fixed support. So, this is a fixed support. So, kapag fixed support, no, you should reflect, kung babalikan natin yung kanina, fixed support has a 3 unknown force, okay, or 3 reaction forces: vertical Fy, horizontal Fx, and a moment. Okay, na-move yung yung drawing. Tayo ma-deselect. Anyway, okay, so first, draw the free body diagram. Again, sa fixed support, reflect mo dapat you have a vertical, no, a horizontal, and a moment. Okay, so yun yung re-reflect din natin sa ating free body diagram. So ito yung point A. Meron kang vertical, meron kang horizontal. In this case, assume ko yung horizontal to be in wrong direction. So assume ko siya on that direction. And then si moment, assume ko din siya in this direction. Hindi ko susundin yung drawing ko noon, para lang makita natin kung ano yung magiging changes sa solution, or makita natin paano ma-affectuan yung solution natin in case na we have the wrong assumptions. Okay, so we have a varying distributed force, no, or uniform varying, no, pa-triangular siya. So, alam natin that the triangular, okay, mag-a-act siya, yung kanyang equivalent resultant force, no, nahati lang natin yan. Malapit dun sa highest intensity, or yung pinakamataas na height niya, which is 25. That is 1/3 of its length. Okay, that is 1/3 of 12, that is 4 meters. And then from the lowest point, or the lowest height ng ating distribution, or lowest intensity, mas better yung word na yun, the lowest intensity at this point is 0 kilonewton per meter at this point, 25 kilonewton per meter. So that is 2/3 of 12. So kung 4 meters, so that is 8 meters. Okay, back. Yan. So we have, yan yung location ng ating resultant force, no? Equivalent resultant or equivalent concentrated force ng distributed. So lagi ganon. Pag may distributed, kunin mo na yung equivalent concentrated force na. So that is the area of the triangle. Area of this triangle is 1/2 base times height. That is 25. Length is 12. So this is 0.5 times 25 times 12. So yun yung area ng triangle na yan. So 150 kilonewton. So 150 kilonewton. Distances. This is 4 meters. This is 8 meters. Okay, so that is, let's take summation moment muna. No, in this case, pwede ka din mag-summation Fy muna. Bakit? So, pag nag-summation Fy ka, since wala ka naman nakitang ibang horizontal or vertical force, wala namang ibang vertical force sa ating system, puro siya horizontal or towards this direction, on the lateral direction, no? We can easily say that our AV is 0. So we have 0 reaction force on the vertical component at A. And then summation Fx equals 0. Take this direction as positive. So we only have one horizontal force, so madali siya. So yung inassume ko sa RAH is towards the left, so that is negative. Inassume ko sa si 150 is obviously acting towards the left, then that is not an assumption but a fact based on the problem since papunta dun yung arrows natin. So this is our solution for summation Fx equals 0. Okay, so if we transpose CRAH sa kabila, so magiging positive siya sa kabilang side na equation, and then iwan mo sa negative 150. So magiging RAH is negative 150 kilonewtons. So negative in this case indicates na you have the wrong assumption of direction. So instead of this direction, the correct direction is towards the right. So kapag nakuha ng negative answer, ang ibig sabihin lang noon, baguhin mo yung assumption mo nung una, no? Gawin mong opposite direction. Okay, so opposite ng left is right. So RAH, the final answer, is 150 kilonewton. Kapag tinama mo na, tanggalin mo na yung negative sign, i-reflect mo na yung tamang direction. And then lastly, summation moment. Okay? Summation moment at A equals 0. Okay. Summation moment at A equals 0. That is, unahin na natin. Kapag meron kang nakadrawing na ganito, no? Na parang counterclockwise or clockwise arrow. Okay? kapag nag-summation moment ka, okay, so mali yung gagawin ko dito. Clockwise, positive. Kapag nag-summation moment ka, kailangan ipakita mo yung nag-exist na moment at that point. So, in other terms, in our previous lesson, we call this the couple moment. Okay? So, madalas nire-represent yung couple moment by just a clockwise or just a counterclockwise arrow. So, in this case, the moment, no, kahit na acting directly at point A yung moment na yon, no, hindi siya mawawala sa ating solution or sa ating equation. Okay? Hindi pala nakabukas yung camera ko. Hindi siya lilitaw sa ating equation. No, unlike si RAV and RAH are forces, no, pure forces sila. Ibig sabihin, they are either vertical or horizontal or in any direction, no? Since they are pure forces, kapag nag-moment ka sa A, si RAV is wala siyang moment at A, si RAH is wala din siyang moment at A, pero yung moment na to, okay, so nakailang tapal na ako dyan, yung moment na yan is magkakaroon pa rin siya ng effect at A. So, yun lang yung tandaan. Kapag mga vertical, horizontal, or any inclined force that passes through that point of interest or moment center, wala siyang moment. Pero kapag meron ka nang nakadrawing na moment mismo, in this case, si M na yan, ba't siya nakadrawing dyan? Kasi, fix yung support natin, so magproproduce siya ng moment reaction. So, itong MA, so tawagin ko na lang siyang MA, is already there. So, it is acting counterclockwise. In-assume ko siyang counterclockwise. So, that is negative. And then, ano po yung magkakaroon ng moment? C150. C150 magkakaroon ng moment kasi hindi naman siya directly applied at point A. So, that is acting will produce a clockwise moment. So, kung ito yung ating member, so, 90 degrees. Yan. If follow natin yung if hahawakan ko sa point A and follow ko yung direction ni 150, it will rotate a clockwise manner. Or counterclockwise. Sorry. So that is negative 150. So that is counterclockwise pala. Negative 150 times 8 equals to 0. So if we transpose negative MA, that becomes positive MA, maiwan si negative 150 times 8. Negative 150 times 8. That is 1, 2. So ang unit nito is in moments. Okay? So, negative indicates wrong assumption ulit. Wrong assumption of direction. So, imbis na pa counterclockwise yung ating moment, dapat pala pa clockwise siya. Okay? Kapag ginawa na natin yung tamang direction or nireflect na natin yung tamang direction, iwan na natin yung negative, gawin na natin positive, and then reflect the correct direction. So this is the answers on this. So yun yung mga reaction forces natin.